Hi, I'm Jack Morton with another Small Cap Power discussion. This one coming live on location at the Fairmont Pacific Rim Hotel in downtown Vancouver, part of the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference taking place just across the street. Joining me for this first interview we're doing here from Trifecta Gold Corporation is the President and CEO, Richard Drechsler, and Jack Morton, who is a consulting geologist with the company. Guys, thanks for joining us here today.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us.
Great to have you guys. Richard, we're going to start with you, and how about some background on the company?
Yeah, so Trifecta Gold is a gold exploration company, discovery stage assets. We were spun out of Strategic Metals, which is a well-known project generator that focuses in the Yukon. And really the genesis of Trifecta was that we're working with a couple of really successful groups that have been involved in the discovery of many of the major deposits known in the Yukon, including both of the highest grade, greater than 1 million ounce deposits. And what we saw within some of these project generators were some assets that we thought had very high discovery potential, where we could go out ourselves and define another multi-million ounce deposit and generate a lot of shareholder value.
Yeah, and we should say you find yourselves in two of the best jurisdictions in the world, Nevada and Yukon. Talk a bit about the projects in both those regions.
Yeah, so as I said, we were initially focused on the Yukon, but over the years we've been able to broaden our exposure, and we were able to acquire a past producing asset down in Nevada. So in northern Nevada, we've got our huge project. We're road accessible, located about an hour and a half out of Winnemucca, so great location. We've got power lines right through the project area, and that's been our focus recently. A few zones at the huge project, our most advanced being the Columbia. And the significance of the mineralization we see there is that it was very high grade and also mesothermal in character. And so the implications of that is they can have very deep roots. And so when we saw that the historic miners only took about the top 100 feet off of this deposit, and we see similar deposits further north in the Cordillera that have roots that go down thousands of meters, we see that if we can start to put a little bit of strike on this and maintain the same kind of high grades that we've been seeing, we can build a multi-million ounce deposit. And that's really what it takes to move the needle for shareholders. Aside from the historic mines being the Columbia and Juanita, which are down near the road, we do have our Josie target, which has a large soil anomaly associated with it. We've got some broad scale high grade results in trenches, over 2 grams, over 17 meters in trench results we announced last December. And we're looking forward to drill testing that target as well.
Jack?
Yeah, I think what's especially important or exciting for me at the Josie Zone is that we're looking at a network of sheeted veins as opposed to Columbia. So we could build a lot of resources there by connecting sheeted veins together into a bulk mining scenario. And these are still high-grade samples at Josie, so over an ounce per ton in rock. And we're looking at about a 700 meter by 700 meter soil anomaly that's open in all directions with soil samples over 600 ppb gold, which is outrageous by Nevada standards.
Richard, talk a bit about the potential of the Yukon properties.
In the Yukon, our Eureka project is benefiting from a bunch of additional infrastructure that's going in because we have a lot of other majors who are active in the area. We're working in the same neighborhood as a number of majors. We've got Newmont just to the south of us that recently acquired the coffee deposits for over $500 million. We've got Kinross and Agnico Eagle working in the White Gold District defining deposits. And what we've found at the Eureka are soil anomalies that straddle the headwaters of two of the most productive placer drainages in the district. And these anomalies are similar in size and magnitude to the recently discovered deposits that are in the district. We're dealing with, we're in an area where we have really good infrastructure compared to some of those other deposits. We're not on the edge of a river. We've got road access. We're another 100 kilometers closer to Dawson than some of these other deposits. And we actually lie right along the proposed road route that Newmont is going to be upgrading to get to their coffee deposits. So our access is going to be getting better as time moves on. The Eureka project straddles two of the most productive placer drainages in the area. So I'm often told when I'm talking with the geologists, there's certain pathfinders to find big gold deposits, but really the best pathfinder for gold is gold. And at the Eureka project, we've had over close to 250,000 ounces of reported gold production out of the creeks that are draining the property. So we know there's a lot of gold there. We've gone out and we've done the early stage work, identified large scale soil anomalies, have a number of surface showings and some very promising initial trench and drill results. So we're pretty confident that we've got a significant asset there.
Hey Jack, can you talk a bit about the drill results that you guys recently released?
Yeah, our 2022 drill results at the huge project. We just released some results drilling at the Columbia currents. That's an old high-grade past producer. There was only previously 3 drill intercepts into that zone before the project was acquired by Trifecta. And results just announced was 11.96 grams per ton gold over 3.2 0.05 meters, and 4.2 grams per ton gold over 10.67 meters, both in the same hole. And that's coming from some previous results in 2021 with similar numbers. The past workings at Columbia, it was mined to a shallow level, and that's where they stopped. But the zone is wide open along strike and along depth.
Let's talk about some of the samples you brought here for our viewers today. What are we looking at?
You bet. We're looking at ore from the Columbia zone. This green weathering is a byproduct of arsenopyrite, which is associated with the gold. And this rock here grades 7 grams per ton gold. And 5 kilometers away, at another occurrence on the project, the Josie occurrence, and 150 meters higher in elevation, the rocks are more thoroughly oxidized. So we're looking at a leached version of this rock without the arsenopyrite, and this rock is grading much higher in gold. It's 57 grams per ton gold in that rock.
I'll ask both of you this too, because you're both in the different areas with the company, but the fact that we're sitting here today and able to talk, and we've got a convention back for the first time in 2 years, talk about the challenges, because everybody's had them, the challenges over the last 2 years with COVID. Richard, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can kind of bring that back to the how we named the company, and when we formed it, we saw, hey, we've got the right people, we've got the history of discovering these big deposits. We've got the right project, and we've got the right timing, and that was when we formed the company, went out. That was the full trifecta, and obviously the markets are cyclical. So here we are it seems like we're coming into another good gold market here with the metal prices are doing really well lately, and so now the company's getting much more active advancing its projects.
Jack, over to you. Unable to travel for great periods of time over the last few years. How's it been for you?
It's made life complicated, especially with all the sort of cross-border travel, all the rule changes, and but availability of airfare, everything was in some ways, and service providers' access to that was better.
Well, you can find out more information at trifectagold.com. I'm with the president and CEO, Richard Drechsler, and Jack Morton, who is the consulting geologist. Guys, thank you for taking the time across the street where everybody is. We're here at the Pacific Room. We appreciate you joining us today on Small Cap Power Discussion.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us. Don't forget to check out more information at smallcappower.com. You can also check out past videos on our YouTube channel. I'm Jim Gordon, once again from the Pacific Room Hotel in downtown Vancouver.